With the season winding down, all three of these starters have made their case for who should start in Game 1. And in this video, I'm going to tell you who I think should start Game 1 of the ALDS. What's going on? It's the King of 161st Street. I'm back with another video, and let's go through each and every single player's case and the reason why it may not be the best idea. So starting off with the $300 million man, Garrett Cole. Garrett Cole, obviously with that amount of money he was being paid, combined with the status of being the ace of this ball club, you would assume that he would start Game 1 no matter what. And according to Aaron Boone, he is going to be starting Game 1. But that is subject to change, and the reason why this may not be the best idea is this has not been his most consistent year of his career, boasting a 3.51 ERA with a 1.02 whip and a franchise record 248 strikeouts. That ERA is high. He's given up the long ball a ton this year. So it's going to be interesting to see whether or not they stick with their ace or go with a guy like Nestor Cortez. This has been Nestor Cortez's breakout year, boasting a 2.44 ERA with a 0.92 whip, 163 strikeouts in 158 innings. Nestor Cortez has been amazing all year. Top 5 in Major League Baseball in ERA. Only downside to him not playing, or downside to him being put in as the starter, is he's a young player who has not been put in this situation before. Garrett Cole has had these playoff experiences as the ace of a championship team before. So that's where Nestor Cortez probably falls on the short end of the stick. But there definitely is a really good case to have Nestor Cortez be your starter for Game 1. And lastly, the guy who just had 7 no-hit innings against Texas, Luis Severino. Luis Severino has been with the team for a few years now, around the same time as Judge, and really has built himself up to be one of the number 1 starters on this team. And now with the additions of Garrett Cole and Nestor Cortez, sort of fell to the number 3 role. But this season he boasts a 3.18 ERA with 112 strikeouts and 102 innings with a 1.00 whip. Ever since Luis Severino came back from injury, he has been lights out. His stuff has looked amazing. He gave up the long ball in a couple of those games, but what happened in Texas is exactly what you'd expect from someone who's been as sharp as him over these past few starts. And really, these last few starts have made the Yankees look very smart by not fast-pacing this process of his shoulder injury earlier in the season, giving him that 60-day IL, knowing he'd be back for these games, be able to get warmed up going into the postseason. And now, Luis Severino has sort of worked himself into the conversation of, should he be the starter for Game 1? Now, going through all these players' cases for this, Garrett Cole looks like he's going to be starting. Aaron Boone already announced, hey, Garrett Cole's the Game 1 starter. But like I said earlier, that is subject to change. If someone takes the bull by the horns and takes it from Garrett Cole, who again, like I said before, not having the best of years to his standards. Looking at Garrett Cole, he has had that experience of being an ace, a part of a postseason team that has won the World Series in Houston. He has had multiple seasons of having that pressure on him. And he's already gone through the downs of losing in the postseason in New York. All of these are actually pluses because it gives Cole that type of experience and gives Cole that veteran mindset to know what has to be done. And going up against either the Rays or Cleveland, which is the matchups at the moment and looks like they're going to be the matchups, I really like Garrett Cole against those matchups. Jose Ramirez is an interesting player to watch out for if Garrett Cole is starting, based off the fact that I think Jose Ramirez would be able to hit that fastball pretty well. Like Aaron Boone said, these players are fastball hunting right now, and if you start being predictable to Jose Ramirez will make you pay. Now with Nestor Cortez, his case is very interesting because not only is it just he's having the best year out of all three of these guys, he's also a very peculiar pitcher. He is very awkward, and that helps when it comes to playing in the postseason. Unpredictability. So the second, third time even through the order, if Nestor Cortez is still out there, these players are still going to be confused because really Nestor Cortez gets you with his timing. He doesn't always get you with velocity or break. He's not the most talented pitcher in that way, but he has a way to mentally fuck you up by fucking with your timing. Slowing down his motion, going with a quick pitch sometimes, doing these other awkward things that just fuck the hitter's mindset going into an at-bat. And that's where getting off to that hot start of having these hitters off to an awkward position off Jump Street could seriously help the Yankees move forward in the series by setting the tone that way. And that's where Nestor Cortez, I think, could fill in as a huge spot in Game 1. And then Luis Severino's case, he's been here the longest out of all three of these guys. And right now, he has been super, super consistent as of late. The Yankees really slow-rolled him. They gave him the 2 years off with the Tommy John. He came back this season. He hasn't had a huge workload. And then he goes down with the 60-day IL because he had shoulder discomfort. And they really slow-rolled that process. I really think the Yankees have shown that it's paying off, that they slow-rolled that. Severino's just pure stuff is enough to win you a game. He's got amazing break on his slider. He's got a lot of life on that fastball. He has the talent that Nestor Cortez doesn't. And that's where Luis Severino has the case of starting Game 1 of the playoffs. Now, in conclusion, who do I think should start? Well, to be honest, I don't really know. All I'm going to say on this is our top three of Cole, Nestor, and Sevy could match up with any top three in baseball. Yes, even the Mets. We may not win every matchup, but we can compete with all the matchups in baseball. And just having that in your back pocket really, really gives the Yankees an advantage. Knowing that coming into the season, we thought a lot of our problems would come from the starting pitching, which some of them have. But having that top three is going to be huge come ALDS, ALCS time, and hopefully World Series time. Hopefully you guys enjoyed this. If you did, leave a like down below. If you're new here, hit that sub button. And yeah, I'm out of here. Peace.